Hello and welcome. I am Azadin. If you want to learn Blender and create something like this from scratch, you are in the right place. In this course, I will guide you step by step as we build a complete 3D scene together. Even if you are brand new to Blender, we will start with modeling the shapes, then move into shading and texturing to add color and detail. After that, we will light the scene to bring it to life. And finally, render the whole thing so it looks clean and professional. By the end of this course, you will not only understand the full 3D workflow, you will have a finished project you can be proud of. So if you are ready to learn Blender, build real skills and have some fun along the way, let's jump in and start creating. Hello and welcome. Let's start building our scene. In this course, I'm gonna use Blender 4.3, but if you're using different version, you should be fine to follow this course. All the tool will be explained throughout the course. So if you're really beginner, this is what you see when you open Blender. When you click, it's gonna go away. And on this side, the tool is for selecting and rotating and moving the tool. If you just move your cursor over the tool, you can see what it is. And on this side is for like a folder. Look at it, organizing your scene. And here are the menu for example, you're moving and rotating, similar to this one, but just by number. So if I do this, it's gonna move object. And also there are shortcuts, very important. You're gonna see the shortcut here. So if I select this one, press G, you can see G here, and it's moving the cube. Okay, so this course is not about explaining the Blender interface. So let's start building our scene. So I'm gonna open a new one and we're gonna start building our scene. So first I'm gonna delete light and camera. We don't want them right now. And I'm gonna build our house from this cube. First, we want to move the cube to the ground level, so you can press G, Z like this, but I'm gonna put just one in Z and our cube is on the ground level. Let's scale up a little bit to make the size bigger, so you can press S and Y, for example, like this, but I'm gonna put 1.5 in X and 1.5 in Y. And now our cube is about 3 meters this way, 3 meters this way. Press tab to go in edit mode and press 3 to go in select face mode. You can change from here as well. Select the top face and G, Z move up like this. And now E to extrude up like this. Now press 1 to go in select vertex mode. As you can see, it changed from here. Select these two, press M and at center weld them together. And these two, select them, M and weld them together. So now you have basic shape of the house. Select these two, press S for scale X and just scale on the X a little bit, just to give a little bit character to our house. And G, Z move up a little bit more like this. Let's add windows and the door. So hold down Ctrl and R, and if you scroll up and down on your mouse wheel, it can add more or less. So we want to like this. Press S and Z and make them a little bit bigger, and G, Z and move them up a little bit. That should be fine. Now Ctrl R again and add tulip on this side, and S, X and make them bigger like this. We want to here, so hold down Ctrl and R, add tulip like this. S, Y make them smaller, and G, Y move it to the side like this. Let's add another window here. Hold down Ctrl and R and we want tulip again. Now S, Y make them bigger like this, and G, Y move to the side like this. So basically we cut our windows and the door. Let's extrude them. So first press 2 to go and select edge mode. You can see change from here. Select this edge, we don't want this one. Right click and dissolve this one. So now press 3 to go and select face mode and change from here, just reminding you, sorry. And hold down shift, select this one as well and this one. And now you can extrude by going to this menu. If you hold down, there's different option, but I'm gonna do it by the shortcut. So if you hold down Alt and E and the second one, so just extrude in a little bit like this. If you open this menu, you still have chance to change the extrude amount you want. So just make sure to put the right one you want. When you click away, you can't see this menu again. And now let's do the do. So this time hold down Alt and E, and this time extrude manifold, and just a little bit like this, because if you use different option, it can add extra face here. We don't want that one. So now we have basic shape of our house, and we cut the windows as well. Whenever you add any object, it can locate on this 3D cursor, so you can move this one around by this tool like this, or you can hold down Shift and right click. So I'm gonna add another object here because we want to make our house more interesting by adding some edge on the roof. So Shift A, add another cube like this. S, scale down like this. If you press del or dot on your number pad, it's gonna focus on the selected object in your scene. So you can move it to the right place, and let's now press tab to go in edit mode, select the top face, G, Z, and move up like this. I believe it's still too big. Tab to get out of edit mode, S again, scale down, tab to go in edit mode, this face still selected, G, Z, and move up like this. Tab to get out of edit mode. Let's add to other corner. So we're gonna do it by the modifier. If you go to this menu and add modifier, generate, and add mirror, you can select your house by selecting this cube, which is the house, or you can select the house by this tool like this. So it add to other side. We want on Y side as well. So now it's all the way around. Let's add to this side, and the roof as well. So select this one, Shift, hold down Shift, D, Z, move up, and R, X, 9, 0, minus. So this time we just want on X, we don't want on Y. Let's press G, Y, and move to the place like this. And tab to go in edit mode, this face still selected, GY, and move it all the way to the end like this. And again, we're gonna duplicate this one, hold down Shift D and R, Z, 9, 0. So this time we don't want on X, we just want on Y. And G, Y, move out a little bit like this, and G, X, move to the side like this. That should be fine. Let's add some more to the roof. Select the object, hold down Shift, T, Z, and move up like this, and R, X, and rotate until you see it is in the right place like this. And if you look at this, because we scaled out our roof a little bit this way, so we want to move this one as well. R, Y, and rotate this way. So from this side, if you look at this edge, you can see it is on the right place. And now press G, Z, Z, and move down like this. And G, Z, and move it up a little bit like this. Should be fine. And tab to go in edit mode, select this face, G, X, and move it out like this. Should be fine. G, X, move it back just to fill this gap. That's fine. Let's add one to the top. So hold down Shift, T, Z, move it up. We don't want any modifier on this one. So G, Y, move to the middle, and dot on your number pad just to focus on this object, and G, Y, and I'm gonna scale this one up, so S and scale up like this, G, X, and move like this. Because we're gonna add more detail to this wood, they are perfect, nothing is perfect in real life, we're gonna change them later. Let's do to the windows frame as well. So select this one, hold down Shift, D, Z, and move down like this. Again, I'm gonna move this one to the right location, G and X, and move to the side like this, and S, I'm gonna scale this one down, it's too big for the window, and let's move them out a little bit, G, Y, and move it out like this. Now top to go in edit mode, this face still selected, G, X, and move like this. Top to get out of edit mode, hold down Shift, D, duplicate, Z, move down to the bottom of the window. Again, select this one again, hold down Shift, D, R, Y, 9, 0. So you're gonna duplicate this way, and G, Z, move it up. And top to go in edit mode, this face still selected, G, Z, and if you don't click away, this face is gonna be still selected, so that's gonna help us. Press G and X and move to the right, and hold down Shift, D, X, and move to the other side as well. Let's add to the middle of the window, and sorry, G, X, just move a little bit, hold down Shift, D to duplicate, X, move to the side like this, and S, I'm gonna scale this one down like this, and just focus on this one, G, Z, move down, and Shift, D, X, and move to the side like this. Let's duplicate this one again, Shift, D, Z, move up, and R, Y, 9, 0, and G, X, and move to the side like this. Top to go in edit mode, G and X, the face still selected. And now top to get out of edit mode, just make sure it is in the right place, so G, Z, move it up like this, should be fine. So now because we have a mirror modifier add to this, so we have done the other side as well. So let's make it more interesting by copy this one and Shift D to duplicate, and X, and move to the side like this, and R, X, and rotate this way like this, G, Z, and move it up like this. Let's duplicate this one to other side, Shift D and X. Let's move this one to the right place, G, D, X, and let's duplicate this one, Shift D, Z, move it up, and top to go in edit mode, select the top face, and G, Z, and make it smaller like this. Select the front face, G and Y, and move like this, should be fine. G, Z, and move it down like this. And now press R and X and just rotate this face to the right direction like this. We're gonna add more detail to this one because we don't want to be very perfect like this, but I believe should be fine. Let's make this one a little bit smaller. So top to go in edit mode, so G and Y. So I'm gonna move this way, and G and Z to move up like this. That should be fine. Okay. And I believe I need to move it a little bit, or let's keep it like this. Let's make it a little bit wider. So press S and X, like this, G, X, and move to the middle. G, Z, move it up. So that should be fine. Okay, let's do to this side of the window. So I'm gonna select this one, Shift D and X, move like this, and G, Y, and move to the side for this window, just making sure it is in the right place. G, Y, and G, Z, down like this. So let's duplicate this one, Shift and Y, move to this side. We don't want a mirror for this one, sorry. I'm gonna remove it because this is only on one side we want. So press G, Y, move it to the right place. Now Shift D and Z and move it up like this. Or X, 9, 0. Let's move up a little bit. G, Z, and tap to go in edit mode. Still that face selected. G, Y, and move like this. D, tap to get out of edit mode. G, Y, move to this side, and Shift D, Z, and move to the bottom of the window. Let's add one to the middle. So I'm gonna select this one, Shift D, Y, and move to the middle. S to scale down like this. G, Z, move down, and let's duplicate this one, Shift D, Z, move up. R, X, 9, 0, and G, Y, move to the side. Because I'm repeating same thing, so I may go a little bit quick. So G, Y, like this. And let's duplicate this one. Shift, sorry, let's just do this one. So Shift D, Z, move up, and tap to go in edit mode, and G, Z, make it smaller, and this time select this face, G and X, move out like this, G, Z, move it down, and R, Y, and just rotate this face to the right direction. And again, we want to make it a little bit bigger to scale out. S, Y, like this, G, Y, move to the middle, and G, Z, move it up like this. Should be fine. Let's duplicate this one, Shift D, Y, and R, Y, let's rotate, G, Y, and G, Z, G, Z, move down a little bit like this, and Shift Y, copy to other side. So we have done the window as well. Let's do to the door. So select this one and Shift D, Y, move to this side, G, Z, D, move to the ground, tap to go in edit mode, G, Z, and move like this. Tap to get out of edit mode, and now Shift D, Y, copy to other side. And let's do the top. So I'm gonna select this one again from the window, Shift D, Y, and move to the side. And let's focus on this one. Tap to go in edit mode, still the face selected, G, Y, and move like this. Tap to get out of edit mode, G, X, move out a little bit like this. And let's copy this one for the door as well, Shift D, Y, and again Shift D, Y to other side. And let's copy this one, Shift D, Z, move it up, and S, Y, make it a little bit wider, like this, and G, Y, move to the side. Tap to go in edit mode, Control and R, and let's add one to this. And let's select, press T to select faces, so select these two face like this, and G and X, and move out like this. And if you hold down press 2 to go in select edge mode, like you can do it from here. Just reminding you, if you hold down Alt and select edge, it's gonna select that edge around. So press G, Z, and move up like this. And tap to get out of edit mode, G, Z, and move it down to the right place. And let's duplicate this, Shift Z, and move it up like this. We don't want to rotate, we want to be straight like this way. Let's find out which direction is rotating. So if we check it's gonna be 90 from this X. So if you put 90 there, should be straight. And G and Z, move it up like this. Let's make it bigger, S, and scale out. That's too much, so S, like this, and G, Z, move it down. Shift D and Y, move it to the other side, and let's move this one down. G and Z, and let's fix this one. We don't want this to be out from both sides, so G, Y, move to the side, just like this. Tap to go in edit mode, and again G, Y, and move in like this. Should be fine. And let's see if we move these a little bit more. So G, Z, Z, out like this. G, Z, Z. Yeah, that should be fine. This one, G, Z, Z. Okay, so now they are in the right place. That should be fine. Let's do the roof. So I'm gonna select this one and Shift D and X and move to the side like this. And if you remember, we rotate this way. We do want rotation on that one as well. So if we check Y, we put 0 in Y, it should be straight. Yep, like this. And let's move it up a little bit. So G, Y, Y, and move it out like this. Tap to go in edit mode, select the press 3 to select the face, select the top face, G, Y, Y, and make it thinner like this. And now let's move it down, G, Z, Z, and move it down like this. I believe that should be fine. So let's copy to the side. Let's make it a little bit wider. G, select this face, and G and X, make it a little bit wider. Tap to get out of edit mode. Hold down Shift D, X, and copy to the side like this. Now if you hold down Shift and R, it's just gonna duplicate the last action we have done. So if we select all of these, we want to make sure they are in the right place. So press S and X, scale them down until we see like this, and this G and X, move it to the side. So until we see this gap between them as well. So S and X, just making sure it's in the right. Okay, G, X. So I'm just scaling and moving a little bit to make sure this is similar to the other one. So let's fix this part. If you press tab to go in edit mode and press 1 to go select vertex mode, you can change from here again. If you don't see the vertex on the other side, so hold down Alt on Z, you can see through, select these two, Alt on Z again, and G and X, move to the side, like this. And later we're gonna add more detail to these because they are very perfect. So now we have done the house and the window frame. So let's add another wood here. So I'm gonna duplicate this one, hold down Shift D and Y and move to the side, and R X 90, and let's rotate this way as well, R Y and rotate like this, should be fine. And G and X, move it in, and let's scale down a little bit. S, make it a little bit smaller, like this, should be fine. And top to go in edit mode, and let's make sure that top face selected. Press 3 to go in select face mode. Now G, Z, and move it down like this. Top to get out of edit mode, hold down Shift, duplicate this one again, and D and R, X, and rotate. G, Y to the side. Top to go in edit mode, G, Z, Z, and move it down like this. Top to get out of edit mode, G, Z, move it up a little bit. And now let's duplicate this one, Shift and Y, and move to the other side, and R, X, and rotate this way. Doesn't have to be perfect. That should be fine. R, X, little bit more rotation, and that should be fine. So now basically we have done the house, and next we want to add more detail, and probably because these woods are very perfect, so nothing is perfect in real life, we're gonna fix that if there's any problem, and we're gonna add more detail to these wood. So let's make sure this one is a little bit longer, G, Z, Z, and like this. Yeah, so next we're gonna add more detail to the house to make it more interesting and give it a character. I'll see you next video.